welcome everybody to another great episode of Real Life Matters. And of course, I am your host, DBoss. And I just want to thank everybody who's been watching my shows over the years and thank them. And, also, if you miss any of the episodes, that's not on, goes on CaribVision in 28 different countries, including London, UK, BellFibe, Channel 658, and through the various cable networks in the US. You could go to my YouTube channel and see all the guests on DBoss networks. You can subscribe, share, like, that improves the algorithms on the account, and that helps because my original footage has to go to the TV network. So I wish I could get those part of the 12 million daily viewers every day on my channel. But I hope also everybody's been doing their 15 or more minutes or more laughing. So, I encourage people to do the 15 minutes or more because there's a lot of health benefits to laughing. It helps lower your blood pressure. It keeps you youthful. It also tones your abs. It heals your body. It also makes you feel better when you start your day out. You start your day out well. And, there's a lot of things. A lot of people, I don't have anybody to laugh with. Well, you can call somebody. There's so many things on the streaming networks that you could watch that could be funny. And, it warms up your vocal cords. It makes you feel good all around. Instead of if you're being strict and stern all day, well, it's good to just break out a laugh. It maybe might hurt your stomach a bit or cramp, but that's okay. It's all good in the benefits, and who cares who's around you that's not laughing, but maybe you'll start making them laugh too. So we'll be right back from one of our sponsors here, Vital Steps to Vital Health and Fitness, and we'll be right back with our special guests.
Welcome to your Vital Steps to Better Health. I'm Joanne James. Today we're going to talk about exercising in the sun. We all love the sun. It's been the winter. Now we want to get out into the fresh air and enjoy the great weather. However, we have to be very mindful when we're exercising in the sun. First of all, you want to protect your skin at all costs. Regardless of your background, you still need to wear a sunblock of 30 plus. Also, you want to make sure you're wearing a hat to protect your facial skin, as well as glasses to protect your eyes. Also, make sure that you hydrate as you're doing your activities. Sometimes you won't feel that you're thirsty, but in actual fact you are. So make sure you drink. Don't wait to become dehydrated first. And listen to your body. If you start feeling a little nauseous or dizzy or fatigued, that might be signs of a heat stroke. Get into the shade, sit down, and call somebody to assist you. Being out in the sun and exercising is great, but you have to be very, very, very aware of where you are, what you're doing, and make safety your top priority. I'm Joanne James, and this has been your Vital Steps to Better Health and Fitness. See you next time.
Well, thank you, Joanne James, for that health. It's very important now since the weather's starting to warm up. Hopefully it'll really warm up really well because we just getting rain and a little cool spells at night here up in the north. So we're waiting for that burst of summer for like 1 week, 2 weeks, and more. But anyways, I have someone here that's is a part of the Ottawa Jazz Festival. And this year is the Ottawa Jazz Festival. Of course, it'll be 2024. He's the interim executive and artistic director. And we're going to find out why they started the festival, what the festival is all about. And he's going to tell us about the ups and downs and all the stuff that they've had doing this festival. So with no further ado, I introduce to you Petr Cancura.
Hi, how are you?
Okay. Woo! You're here. You're finally here. The jazz, and everybody loves jazz.
Everybody loves jazz. Yeah, I love your bit about laughing. It's Oh, we're back.
Yes. It wasn't the brief moment you were up in space there.
You had a little internet glitch. Absolutely.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I just wanted to mention I love your bit about laughing and how it's good for the soul, and honestly, that's why we do what we do. We put on music shows because it's good for the soul and good for the world.
All right. So here at Real Life Matters, we like to know everybody where they come from and what's their cultural background, so that the people in the world who are watching can relate to you.
Okay, well, I was born in Czech Republic, and I moved to Canada, to Ottawa, Canada, in the late '80s. And then I lived lived all over the place. Lived in Boston, lived in New York City for a decade, and as mostly a musician. And now I am back in Ottawa, running the Ottawa Jazz Festival.
All right. So when you were a jazz musician, what instrument did you play?
The saxophone. I still play it, and I'll play it till the day I die.
Wow. So did you learn that as a kid, or you took that up in school, or did you?
I took it up. I definitely come from a musical family, so I played all kinds of instruments as a kid, but I didn't take it seriously until I was a teenager, really, about 14, 15.
Then you realized
there's no other way. Music is the way.
So did you play with your family? Because you said some other family members were in it, or you just played on your own?
No, we played. My father played in wedding bands. This was mostly all in Czech and kind of traditional Czech music. And then so when we moved to Canada, I took a lot of lessons, and then I got it into in high school. I started playing guitar on my own with friends, and then got into the school jazz band. That reconnected me with the saxophone, and then I just started taking it seriously. And then I went to school for it, and then I toured the world, played in many bands, and still do.
Which bands do you play in? That they still around, or?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of freelancing. So, a ton of bands, but I've been fortunate to play with some greats. I got to play with Aretha Franklin once, which was pretty amazing.
Woo! That's good.
Yeah, that's once I started working with the Jazz Festival. Sometimes as part of the festival, I'll put together big bands or additional musicians, and of course, sometimes I get to play with them. And that's what happened with Aretha Franklin.
All right. So I guess that's what happened. Well, now you're doing this with the jazz, the Ottawa Jazz Festival. So I guess that goes hand in hand. So you know what bands to pick.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's an interesting world. I work with a lot of other festivals. We have a network called the Canada Jazz Festivals Network, and we talk on certain parts of the month. We talk almost on a daily basis, and we figure out how to get the artists we want. But yeah, having played music all my life, I'm definitely in the scene, and I know who to choose. And then we have a really great team in the office who we kind of work with together and try to put on the best possible festival we can.
So how long does it take to put on to put a festival on? Like, I know it's not easy when you're behind the scenes.
Yeah, it's a full-time job.
Wow.
It's a big festival. It runs from June 21st to June 30th.
Okay.
And we have, I don't know, about 12 shows per day, all those days. So there's a lot.
12 shows. Woo!
Yeah. And from small jazz club style shows all the way to, we have Nora Jones. We have Leve, Preservation Hall Jazz Band, Parliament Funkadelic with George Clinton.
Woo! That must be a good one. I can't wait for that one.
Oh yeah. Trombone Shorty's coming.
Okay.
So there's it's a big festival. So it takes the full year to put it on.
So you put up the people in the hotels near there, or
somebody? Yeah, definitely. Okay. We work with a few hotels, put everybody up there. We have a late night jam session. So
that must be good.
Yeah, all the performers who are staying in the hotel just come down after their shows and play in the jam session.
So are they playing in the hotel lobby or somewhere else to go for the jam, the late night jam?
Oh, we had another little glitch.
Yes.
Yes. But yeah, I was saying that we have a really nice jam session at one of the hotels. So it's a really great it's a community for the week and a half. We bring in all these incredible artists. We put on a lot of local shows, and everybody gets to mingle and just become a music village, music city for 10 days.
So when they do the late night jams, you guys, is it in the hotel to keep it, or you guys do it somewhere else?
Yeah, jam session is in the hotel.
Wow! So they come downstairs and just here I am.
Oh yeah, so we have a house band, and they play all night, and then all these different musicians, might be say from Parliament Funkadelic might come and say, "Hey, can I play a tune?" And that happens all night.
So it goes into the late, and then you're back at the festival.
Oh yeah.
Oh God. People might be a little bit hungover or whatever. Like, oh.
Luckily, those musicians that play the late night don't have to be up till
later on.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I guess jazz. When you think of jazz, you think of these nice foods, like Southern food. So do you guys do you cater to that there too, or the Southern cuisine, or do you just do regular?
Basically, we have a bunch of different food trucks, and we work with some of the local restaurants, and yeah, there's a lot of interesting collaborations that happen, right? With food, with music, with for example, there's another little festival called Ashe World Fest. And they do that we partner with, and they take over one of our stages, and they bring some Brazilian-inspired cuisine and drinks, and we put on Brazilian music. So we try to do little partnerships like that to connect to some of the different communities, and so yeah, it's wonderful vibe.
Yeah, because people like to eat that, those little snacking, those little snacking cuisines that you get to eat. So people like that.
Yeah.
All right. So the lineup you say you have is 15 bands?
Well, it's a lot more than that. It's about a 30? Dozen bands a day for 10 days. So yeah, every day we have a bunch of things start usually at around noon, and it goes till about 1 a.m.
Okay.
Some of the headliners are Trombone Shorty, Parliament Funkadelic, Preservation Hall Jazz Band, Lake Street Dive, Veronica Swift, Kathleen Edwards. So it's and then we use this venue called the National Arts Center, and they have a few venues. One of them is like 150 seat. We set it up like a jazz club, so a lot of the smaller groups are there, from duos, trios, quartets. And then another venue in the same building called the Azrieli Studio, which is 300 seats. And that features more well-known jazz artists, like Kurt Elling, for example, right? Or Lakeisha Benjamin, Aja Monet, Shabaka. So it's a lot of
there's a lot of known artists, but do you have up and coming too, or you don't really have those ones in there?
No, I would say those are, all the venues, depending on the capacity, we fit them in those slots. So if anywhere from up and coming all the way to the folks that can fill that park with 5,000 people, right?
Okay. So with Parliament coming and different, like you have the other guys coming. So how much days do they perform? Are they performing 1 day, 2 days, or
1 day?
How do you? Oh, just 1 day. Okay.
They just come in 1 day. Yeah, yeah, and they're usually on a tour, so they're going from festival to festival or venue to venue.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you'd have them in a couple of days, and we go 2 days.
Well, sometimes we do that with some of the smaller artists, especially the musicians who are involved in a bunch of different bands.
Okay.
Like, for example, there's this guy Charlie Hunter who plays a bass and a guitar at the same time, and he's playing a few times.
Okay.
So we asked him to stay and play with different musicians, right? So we'll do those kind of things like collaborations, and that makes it very cool because you get these exclusive performances that you wouldn't see anywhere else.
So you get some indigenous people performing too, the jazz, or
artist from Montreal by the name of Elizabeth.
Okay.
And yeah, she's got a really killer album that she just put out. And she's from way up north originally, but lives in Montreal. Yeah, there's a few other ones that I can't remember right off the top of my head, but Elizabeth is on our main stage.
Okay. And what are you going to be performing?
I am actually going to be performing. Yeah.
Woo! You see?
Oh yeah. I can't put on a festival and not play in it.
Well, you never know. Some people.
Yeah. No, I'm playing a few times. I'm actually playing with that gentleman I mentioned earlier, Charlie Hunter.
Okay.
And then I'm also playing an opening spot on one of the main stage, which with a local, great local singer, Jeff Rogers. And he's putting a big band together, and I always play with him. So I'm going to play on that show as well.
Okay. So so when people come in, do they get a weekly or a pass, or do they pay for every time they come, or how does it work?
So, I mean, the easiest thing, if you check out OttawaJazzFestival.com, there's various ways you can take part.
Oh, okay.
There are some free shows, but all this stuff that I've been talking about is all paid programming, and you can get a pass to the entire festival.
Okay.
And go see everything, or you can just choose the days you want to go see in the outdoor stages, or you can buy single tickets to the indoor shows as well. So if you just want to pick and choose, you can do that, or if you want to do the pass for
the whole week,
then you can do that.
So does that allow, if you get the ticket, does that allow for the late night show after jam, or not really?
Yes.
Woo!
Yeah.
That's
good. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I hope I don't say something and then say, "Oh, it's a good idea. Maybe we should do."
No, that's all.
Oh, okay. All right. So, are there any, is this going to be, is this a every year event?
Yeah. So this festival has been around for 44 years.
Wow.
It's the second oldest jazz festival in Canada, and it's the second largest jazz festival in Canada after Montreal.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know if in Toronto we do anything. Yeah, they have that Woodbine or Beaches or something.
They have a few, and there is a Toronto Jazz Festival.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the artistic director is Josh Grossman, and I know him quite well. We also collaborate on shows, so I know that they're doing some cool stuff as well.
Okay, so are there any shout outs that you want to give to any of your sponsors or people who are supporting you over the years?
Well, the people I would really want to give a shout out to are the volunteers. This festival has about between 500 and 600 volunteers. And without them, this just would not happen. It would be astronomically expensive. So that love and dedication really makes it possible. And of course, I mean, we have, we have some really great sponsors and are thankful for that, like OLG and CAA and Wawanisa and Collective Arts and Saunders Farm. So a lot of really cool sponsors, but it's really the volunteers I want to give a shout out to.
Wow. Well, that's a lot of volunteers right there, 500 to 600. And I guess you have somebody designated to run them, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I don't see Peter doing it.
For him. Yeah.
All right. So, it's been a pleasure to talk to us about the Ottawa Jazz Festival and all the great lineups. I encourage people, if you're in the area, not in the area, you got to drive in. It's worth it. You can go, and Peter's going to give us here the social medias where you can find all the information, or, because you can't call him, he might be able to get back to you in a few days. But when you're running these things, sometimes you're all over the place. So it's best to go to the social media outlets. So can you tell us where they are, Peter?
Absolutely. Again, our website is ottawajazzfestival.com. And we're very present on Instagram and Facebook. And if you, in any of those search functions, if you just put in Ottawa Jazz Festival, we'll come right up and follow us, and you'll get all the right.
So you can go to that late night jam in the hotel. I think I'll just go to that.
Yeah, sounds like I'll see you there.
Yeah. It's like I'm done, because it's probably a good time. It's more than what you say, you know what I mean? But yes, you want people to go attend the festival, but that sounds like that's a festival itself, those late night jams.
That's right.
All right. So I do want to thank you, Peter, for coming on. You're welcome to come on again next year and tell us how this year went. So,
okay.
Let us know.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, that's no problem. So I do want to thank the viewers tonight for watching here with Petr Cancura, and he's from the Ottawa Jazz Festival. It's going to be 2024, and he's welcome to come back. So everybody, thank you for watching, and good night, and bye for now.
Thank you.